Yes, I start from humble beginnings once more. But Angel, I hear you say you were art and
Shh.
forget all of that. New starts. A blooming flower, you could say. Sorry in advance. Now, before we start, I want to make one thing clear. Seeds are people who have investigated this myth before. They are not lore related from what I've seen. Now that has been stated, let's begin. I actually found out about this myth cause one of the members recognized my cosplay story for way later. That member happened to be Amori. Amori is surrounded by what I think is ravens, commonly known for is death, wisdom, or messengers. With a simple Google search, this is what I found. But trigger warning for details of death and war. During World Wars, they would commonly lead soldiers into war. From what some would state, in reality, they mainly knew that death of soldiers would mean food left over from their rations and finding shiny objects to claim. Now going from Amori to Remy, Amori's partner with a poem in their desk, unsure of their pronouns. I'm so severely sorry. The woman in orange, with her elegant wings. But those elegant wings, stain red. Obviously, there are very apparent representations of wings, from the father to the names of certain ranks. Flowers and death also seem to be apparent alongside it. But I'd want to point out the relevance of pointing out the line, but those elegant wings, stained red wings, commonly represent freedom or purity in literature. Them being stained red represents freedom taken, stained innocence. Or maybe even murder? When I met Amori in Dan's diner, I learned someone had been crucified by Amori. I didn't clip this for looking at it later, sorry guys, but however we do learn of Amori's relevance as she's in the rank feathered wings, meaning she probably got this title through bloodshed, as she is one of 2 people in that rank. When meeting Amori, I asked if it's a cult, and quote for quote, it's a family textbook cult, so we are taking this as a cult led by Angel, who apparently isn't very well liked from what I have heard. Now unfortunately, I've heard most of their places aren't open unless of an event. Unless I see it open. For now, this is as far as I've gotten. However, I will list pairings I am aware of: Amori and Remy, Reef and Lily, ITT and Angel. These are the married couples. Now on to the secretly dating ones. So hush hush children, let me share a secret. Galaxyfish and Halo are secretly dating, so keep quiet. Now on to ITD, who give me a moment. I feel quite sad reading her desk insert sobbing ahum. In her desk she states her love for Angel, but following that she questions Angel's love for her. Going to Angel's desk, it simply says bloom, commonly showing new life. We can presume that both ITD and Angel's marriage hasn't got much love holding it together, which isn't surprising for a cult leader. Yes, throw the tomatoes, it's the doomed straits. Moving on, let's go to the last married couple on the list. Also forgive me for saying this, but this man sleeps in water when he is water and sand. I'm surprised he hasn't just ended up being a part of the water in the room. But back to the main topic. Reef questions if what he is doing is right, as he sees it as being for the beach, probably his home, meaning he's doing it to save his home or help it in some way, probably believing this cult will lead him and his home to a better life. However, his face says it all. He's sad and not happy and looks as if he's been sick. Or it's just water. I'm not figuring that out. I'm not getting anything out of this, mind you. Anyways, on to Lily. Her desk says nothing, so nothing to gather from her, unfortunately. Now on to the hush hush couple. Shh, don't want to let the others know, right? Anyways, Halo and Galaxyfish. Let's start with Galaxyfish, whose desk states they miss their home, probably meaning they didn't want to leave or that they were forced into this situation. As well, their clothes say we get closer every day. I only clicked on the shirt. It's quite late, but I will analyze the clothes later. Getting close means presumably getting closer to the light and purity of the cult. I presume this isn't important to them, so let's move on to Halo, which actually has nothing. Okay, sorry guys. Let's move back to the Bloom Wings roll, shall we, and analyze the one person there I haven't analyzed yet. Binjin Pig, most random name I've heard, and I should analyze these names, but I'm certain you would rather hear other things. They have no desk, unfortunately. However, they are wearing a white suit with some sort of short cloak which seemingly hold no relevance, so let's move on once more. Back to the other bloomed wing, the only other one. Ericsu. They talk of an Anne in their desk, speaking of wanting better for her and hoping to lead them to a better future. Like many others, they are here to improve, to help, to find whatever light they've been promised. To be better, to keep her safe, which probably hints at them maybe being involved in criminal work of sorts. Now there's an account above the bloomed wings I would love to analyze, but it seems to be banned, which is the priest, and the father Angel will not be analyzed. But I will link a video covering this myth in the description that goes way further in detail than I have. Part 2, possibly when my eyes recover from staring at a screen for too long.
I'm so tired.